This incident, this tragic event, is an extremely bitter blow for all of us, the entire Iranian nation. What this means is that America and the Zionists, through their actions, have practically created a dire situation for Iran. And for the Iranian people, we must unequivocally state they have truly set fire to the very heart of our nation. We will make their hearts burn. They must understand that they cannot simply strike and then escape without consequences, and the Iranian nation, throughout its long and storied history, has witnessed many such events. It has seen things far worse than these. The Mongols arrived and completely devastated the entirety of Iran, yet the Iranian people stood firm and resisted them.
Iran's top security chief has delivered a blistering warning to the US, declaring the Islamic Republic is bracing for a prolonged and punishing war as tensions spiral across the Middle East. Ali Larijani, head of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, lashed out at US President Donald Trump, accusing him of plunging the region into chaos with what he called delusional fantasies. In a blistering series of social media posts, Iran's top security chief Ali Larijani flatly mocked whispers of a diplomatic overture to Washington, unleashing a tone of unyielding defiance that matched the roar of missiles and drones slicing through skies across multiple borders. Iran, unlike the United States, has prepared itself for a long war, he declared, a stark rejection of any talk of renewed negotiations as the region hurtles deeper into conflict. Larijani accused Trump of betraying his own America First doctrine in favor of what he described as Israel First, claiming the US president had sacrificed American lives and resources to advance Israeli ambitions. Mimicking Trump's trademark all-caps style, Larijani charged that US had entered a conflict that damages US interests while serving Israel's military campaign, which intensified dramatically following the October 7 Hamas-led attacks. He warned that Trump's wishful thinking could drag the entire region into a wider and unnecessary war, one he suggested even the White House now fears could cost more American casualties. The rhetoric comes just days after a devastating joint US-Israeli assault on Iran that killed Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in the opening wave of strikes, along with senior commanders and members of his family. Since then, more than 2,000 targets across Iran, including military bases and weapons facilities, have reportedly been hit. Tehran has also responded with barrages of ballistic missiles and drones targeting Israel, US bases, Gulf Arab states, Iraq, Cyprus, and key maritime corridors, widening the battlefield to at least half a dozen countries. Long regarded by some as a pragmatic insider who once oversaw nuclear negotiations with US, Larijani has now taken a hardline stance. Sanctioned earlier this year by the US over his role in cracking down on domestic protests, he's widely seen as a powerful figure operating at the center of Iran's wartime leadership. On Monday, he crushed any flicker of diplomatic hope, reposting reports of possible talks with a stark, uncompromising warning: "We will not negotiate with the United States." As military strikes intensify and rhetoric grows more incendiary, Larijani vowed Iran would fiercely defend itself at any cost, promising to make its enemies regret their miscalculation. The message from Tehran was chillingly clear: this conflict is far from finished, and the next phase may be even more dangerous.
Satellite images now appear to confirm significant damage to U.S. military installations across the Middle East. New imagery from commercial satellite firms Planet and Airbus shows that 2 satellite communications terminals were destroyed at the headquarters of the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet in Manama, Bahrain. The strike marks one of the most serious escalations in the widening confrontation between Iran and the United States. According to an analysis by the New York Times, drawing on satellite imagery, authenticated videos, and official U.S. military statements, Iran struck at least 6 American military sites after Washington and Tel Aviv initiated attacks on Iranian territory. The assessment paints a stark picture of a coordinated and far-reaching response unfolding across multiple fronts. Exactly how many missiles or drones were launched remains unknown. It is also unclear how many were intercepted before reaching their targets. The fog of war lingers. But what cannot be obscured is the damage. Cornerstone of American naval power in the Gulf. Fireballs erupt against the skyline. Shockwaves ripple across the harbor. At the time of the strike, the port, typically crowded with U.S. warships, appeared largely empty, an eerie detail that only deepens the sense of how close the confrontation has come to direct, large-scale losses at sea. Satellite images taken Sunday reveal the aftermath in chilling clarity. Communications infrastructure obliterated, multiple buildings heavily damaged, others reduced to twisted debris and dust. What was once a symbol of American maritime dominance now bears the visible scars of a rapidly widening conflict. In Kuwait, images from Ali al-Salam Air Base show collapsed rooftops following reported Iranian strikes. U.S. officials say 3 American service members were killed and 5 seriously wounded in an attack on Camp Arifjan, though no satellite imagery of that specific strike has yet surfaced. In Erbil, Iraq, footage shows repeated strikes on the military installation at Erbil International Airport, where U.S. forces are stationed. Smoke and flames were seen rising into the sky. By Sunday morning, reports claim at least 4 structures damaged or destroyed, with fires still burning into early Monday. In the United Arab Emirates, satellite imagery from Jebel Ali Port shows smoke rising from a large building inside a fenced U.S. Navy recreational zone. Though not a formal U.S. base, Jebel Ali remains one of the Navy's most frequently used ports in the region. A widely circulated video from Camp Buehring in Kuwait appears to show a drone flying over the installation before exploding inside the perimeter. The exact impact site and damage level remain unverified. Across Bahrain, Iraq, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates, multiple facilities have sustained damage. While no fatalities have been reported outside Kuwait, the sheer scale of the destruction has sent shockwaves through military and diplomatic circles alike. Critical infrastructure, including satellite communication systems, has been damaged, striking at the invisible backbone that underpins modern military coordination. The disruption raises urgent and unsettling questions about the vulnerability of U.S. military installations across the region, facilities long assumed to be hardened, shielded, and prepared. If communications can be shaken, what else lies exposed? For now, the situation remains dangerously fluid. Assessments are ongoing, responses are being weighed, and the full extent of the damage is still coming into focus. But one thing is clear: tensions across the Middle East are not merely simmering, they are intensifying, edging the region closer to a wider and potentially far more volatile confrontation.